525 plan. So the first segment of this show is we'll be presented with topics which we refer to as case assignments, and we'll present the topics as a case, and we will talk about it. And at the end of it, I'm going to give it a diagnosis and I'm a 525 plan. And then from there, we go get into the draft a little bit. And I want to get more into the Loose Cannons podcast. So, hey, we on go? Y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
All right. First case assignment. Tom Brady is pissed about the number change. Tom Brady believes the number change will make it harder for QBs to pick up blitz packages, opening the door for some sloppy football. He said that the rule change is dumb. Why not let the linemen wear whatever they want? Why have numbers? Just color jerseys. Why not wear the same number? It is dumb. So just to get everybody up to speed, the NFL approved the number change. So quarterbacks is 1 through 19, wide receivers 1 through 49, and 80 through 89. The same thing with running backs, tight ends, 1 through 49, 80 through 89, defensive backs, 1 through 49, linebackers, 1 through 59, 90 through 99, offensive linemen, 50 through 79, defensive linemen, 50 through 79, 90 through 99. So, Sammer and State, what is your thoughts in regards to this number change?
Listen, I agree with Tom. The guy's prepared for years, a specific way. He wants to know when he's pointing out to the mic who the fuck he's pointing to. He wants to know. He doesn't need to understand. Oh, is that 7? Who is that? A linebacker? Is that a DB? I understand where he's coming from, and I agree with him. It's kind of one of those things. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's already set in his ways, but don't even for a second think he won't be just as prepared. Now he'll just have to kind of run those numbers on those jerseys through the simulator or something a little bit so he can understand who's wearing 7 and who's wearing 20s again. But I agree with him, and I know Stank is going to go totally against what I'm saying.
Well, listen, personally, I hate the rule. I'm old. I don't like change. I don't like the 17th game. It screws up all the records. I like the college football to see, some middle linebacker wearing 1, but I don't think it's necessary. But what I do love about it is that it's pissing Tom Brady off. And the best Tom Brady is pissed off Tom Brady.
Talk that talk.
I mean, we're in April and he's out there just blasting. And that's where you want him to be. Just put it on the chalkboard. When Tom gets out there, all that stuff just stays in the back of his head. And it motivates him. That's what makes him special, because he's weird.
And Giselle's at home putting on lingerie with single digits now, just to make sure he never
recognized this. And he's like, don't stop.
Getting something comfortable with a single digit on there. She's like, will you like that number 7 now? And he's just constantly reminding him so he doesn't forget the anger that he's experiencing right now when we hit go in September.
Good point.
Wow. So here's the thing. I actually like the number change. Because I'm coming from this position. I'm real big on players' legacy, them leaving their marks, things of that nature. So touchdown celebrations, things that help, constantly that players do that help us remind, us a lot of them. And I think numbers would add to that. I would have loved to see Reggie Bush at the number 5. I would love to see a linebacker in the single digit jersey. Now, I don't know how I feel. And I'm going to be honest now. I don't know how I feel about a defensive back wearing 49.
They have some safeties who wear those numbers right now.
Yeah,
usually they're guys that kind of play in their tweeners usually, but
those are the guys you see in preseason. Definitely aren't going to make the roster. And if they do make the roster, they go for 23, 25, 20, 21.
We got Ross Cockrell. He wears number 43.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll change.
John Lynch wore 47. I'm pretty sure there's a Hall of Famer who played for, I can't remember, but there's somebody who wore 49 who's in the Hall of Fame.
There's a Hall of Famer, 47. You just said John Lynch. He's a Hall of Famer now.
Yeah.
And I think John Lynch
is in there for Rondé, but yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Agree.
You said he shouldn't be in there before Rondé?
Agree. Yeah, he should not be in there before Rondé.
Absolutely.
Well, that's another conversation for another day. I would love to give my dialogue in regards to that. But hey, fellas, let's go ahead and diagnose this thing and 525 this thing or not. We go diagnose with trouble. Shot town. Problem. The GOAT is pissed about this number rule change. The goal is for the GOAT to adjust quickly as possible so he can win us our third and his number 8, and the intervention is for us to stay out of his way and let's not get involved in this, especially when the GOAT is pissed off. So we're going to discharge this and move on to the next case. Next case, Antonio Brown resigns. 8 days ago, Jason Light spoke with the media and stated that the team was putting emphasis on bringing back the players that contributed to the success of the team last year, and AB was no different. This also came after the situation involving AB and the sexual assault, the legal piece of it getting resolved. And today we learned that AB signed the 1-year deal up to $6.25 million. 3.1 of those of that is guaranteed. $2 million signing bonus. What y'all thought in regards to re-signing AB?
Go ahead, Stink.
I'm all for it. I mean, whether you like the guy or not, whether you agree with his morals or how he acts off the field, everybody wants to go after him. But when he's out there catching touchdowns, they'll cheer for him.
Right.
I personally, I'm a fan of him as a player. He makes his football team better. So absolutely, we're all in, right? We are all in. Brady's not here for long. Arians is not here for long. This team, you won't be able to keep all these pieces together because you won't be able to afford to. We know what Jason Light did here in the offseason is fucking magic. That's some Harry Potter shit. What he was able to accomplish this year, and so that won't be the case next year. You got too many young guys coming up. You're gonna figure out what you got to do with Vita and Rojo and the entire secondary, and it's just now's the time. So you put it all on the table. And that's exactly what they've done. They brought everybody back and AB. And watch Blaine Gabbert and his glorious thighs. He'll be back. He'll be signed here within a matter of days as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Love it. When he first signed with the Bucs, a lot of fans were basically split 50-50. Don't want him in our locker room and yada, yada. We heard it all. I was on that fence too. But he's come in. He put his head down. Tom kept him in line. Tom calmed him down. Tom has been his calming presence. He's helped him with yoga, something. He's doing something at that fucking house, man. I don't know what they're doing. They're smoking, whatever it is. I don't care. Keep doing it. But he's been nothing short of a team player. And what other chance do you have to add a receiver of his caliber, even in his older age? Who you can say is your third best receiver. What? Your third best? Can you name another number 3 in the NFL that is better than Antonio Brown? You can't. No. And then you also have a guy like Scotty Miller, wide receiver 1, behind him. You have Tyler Johnson, who was a ridiculously clutch rookie in the chances that he did get to see the field. Did we need AB? You could argue you didn't. But you know what? Now you get him with a full offseason with Tom Brady. He's already gotten a little bit more comfortable as the season progressed throughout last season. He gets to get in there, get into the playbook, be with Tom, the other guys. This offense is going to explode. And now you've added, like I said, the best third option in the entire NFL, probably in NFL history. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a fucking Madden team at this point.
Absolutely. Now I want to piggyback something off of what you said. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, and I'm gonna make this quickly as possible because I know my time is running thin. So you mentioned that you asked the question, did we need AB? And here's my opinion or my response to that. At the time when we signed AB on last year, I want to say yes, we did need him for this reasons. One, we had lost OJ, so we lost that element. We lost that element for in the middle of the field. The second thing is how defenses was playing Mike Evans. I want to say at least the first half of the season, he was getting double teamed at least 80 to 85% of the offensive plays. Mike Evans had 2 bodies on him. So defenses was coming in the game, taking Mike Evans completely out of the game and then just cutting their losses with Chris Godwin. So even though Scotty Miller, don't get me wrong, I love Scotty Miller, but I don't think he wasn't drawing
Tread
defenses
carefully.
away.
Tread carefully. We love Scotty Miller. You better tread
I love
carefully.
Scotty Miller too, but I'm saying
Jay,
at that time
he's wide
he
receiver
was not
one.
he.
Tread carefully.
Come, Sam. Now I won't say
You took
now, it's his speed.
I agree with you. I agree
Absolutely.
with you. I agree with you. I was saying at the moment right now, do we need him? Not as much as when we needed him then, because we needed that backup contingency plan that ended up big time, especially in that Washington game in the playoffs. We did need him down the stretch when we had some injuries, but now one could argue we did not need him. He's a cherry on top of the cherry on top of the cherry at this point. We didn't really need him, but I'll take him.
Hey,
yeah, you look at how we won the Super Bowl. We got hot at the right time. We also got healthy at the right time.
Right.
Okay.
That bye week was clutch.
Yeah, Godwin was hurt. Mike Evans was hurt. We were the kind of the walking wounded, throughout the season. So having the luxury of having a guy like AB, and AB was even hurt. We never were at full strength anytime this season with all of them available. It just seemed like when one came up, the next one was down. So you need that, and we're going to need it again this season. We're going to take everybody's best punch. If we're lucky enough to stay healthy, and we do have that momentum going into the playoffs again, I think we can make a run. But you need it. You're gonna look back at the end of the season and be thankful you had that depth. And don't rule out them drafting a guy. They're going to continue to add good players to this football team. And if whoever's at 32, is a baller, and it happens to be a receiver that can play, that can help in the return game, watch out.
Absolutely, and you're right, and it wouldn't surprise me if we do draft another receiver, because even though we drafted number 2, I think we got a lot of our core players that are on these 1-year deals. So we need to start drafting for depth. So I agree with you saying. It wouldn't surprise me if we draft another speedster, and we know how BA love speedster. So let's go on ahead and diagnose in 525 this plan. This thing on diagnosis, business is booming as usual. The plan was to get AB signed and ready to go. Continue to build his chemistry with the offense, and our interventions is for us to enjoy the ride. We go discharge this and move on to the next case. Now, fellas, these are some quick topics. We finna hit it or whatever. We go move on. So first topic, Bucs officially picks up the 5th-year option of Vita Vea. Your thoughts?
Go ahead, Sammer.
Love it. No brainer. Next. Give that man some mayo and a extra large pizza and
let him dip it.
And let him do whatever he wants.
Hey, in my humble opinion, and I say this proudly, and I can give 2 shits how somebody feel about it. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if 100% of Buck Nation would agree with this. But the NFC Championship game, Vita Vea was the player of the game for me. Next case.
Listen,
go ahead.
I got to just say my piece on Vita. First of all, Vita, who is a Loose Cannons alumni, he's been on the show. So for those who are hearing about our podcast for the first time, make sure you check out that episode. Vita's family. We've got a lot more things planned with Vita here as well. So this defense wasn't the same without him in the middle. It wasn't. And if there was a defensive tackle, if there is a defensive tackle who's worthy at the 32nd pick, don't be surprised if we take him, because we just weren't the same without him wrecking shop in the middle. Once you put him back into the lineup, it's a whole different situation. That the secondary cannot perform without the line, and the line can't perform without all its major pieces. And Vita is the main piece to that cog. Shaq Barrett's not the same without Vita Vea.
Right.
He's not the same without Vita Vea. Sue's not the same without Vita Vea. Sue's no Vita Vea. Vita Vea is just a pocket wrecker, right? He's like that wrecking ball. You can't maintain your integrity when you got a guy like that just destroying, and pushing your center or your guard into the backfield every single play. It just doesn't work. So no brainer. He's gonna get paid.
Yes, he is. I agree 100%.
Don't forget your family, Vita. Get that.
That's right.
And I will be tuning into that show and every other show. So again, y'all tune in to Loose Cannons, one of the hottest podcasts in the Bay. So shots out to y'all. Last what? Actually,
insert air horn. You got to insert the air horn sound.
NFL lighting up on the COVID protocol. What's your thoughts?
Go
Well,
ahead,
the vaccinations, yeah, you got to kind of do that at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Florida's playing the what COVID? They're playing dumb. So, I mean, get vaccinated, go out, enjoy the games. Why not? It's all about money, man. Eventually, they're gonna cave in and they're gonna find a loophole, a gray area that keeps them from getting in trouble and being liable, and that's fine. I got my vaccine when I had the opportunity, just so I could go to the game in LA. So, I'm all for it, man. You know,
now you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, Sam. But I'm curious to know which vaccine you got, because I heard that Johnson & Johnson to stay away from that one.
Well, I stayed away from the Johnson & Johnson, but I had a concoction specifically made for me of all of the possible vaccinations in the entire world, even the ones that were meant for animals and royalty, of course. So I actually got a concoction of vaccination. I've had a needle stuck in me 37 times over the last 2 weeks, but I'll tell you what, I feel invincible. You know that moment where the Hulk first puts on the gauntlet and he could feel the power coursing through his right arm? Mm-hmm. That's what's happened to my left arm. I'm basically Thanos at this point.
Okay. Hey, Sam, but I already got to psych my mind up to possibly get 2 shots. So the mere fact that you said you got 37, wow, I'm gonna just let that be. And last one, fellas, before we get into the second segment, Get Live 45. Devin White signs an endorsement deal with the Jordan brand. What is your thoughts?
Listen, Devin White is a star. Okay, he's a different kind of star. The world has never seen a guy like Devin White. Just exudes confidence, young, good looking, successful, good with animals. Why wouldn't you want Devin White as a brand ambassador? If anything, Jordan is lucky to have Devin, because Devin could really, come out with his own brand at some point. I'm a huge fan of Devin White, man. Listen, the mentality he brought to this locker room made a difference. We talk about that dog mentality, and there's been a lot of great players in this locker room, even through the losing streaks. Jerry McCoy, great player. Lots of great players. But you need to have that Warren Sapp, and you need to have that dog in the locker room who's going to put everybody in line or motivate them or do whatever you got to do. And Devin's that guy.
Listen, if it blows up in their face for both parties, like the least thing that they take from it would be that Devin White opened up an entire market of Air Jordan horseshoes. Think about that. I see the vision. See, I see what they're going towards. I see the end, and I'm thinking that this is Devin finding a means to an end at this point. Of listen, let me get in bed with the Jordan brand. Let me pick their brains. Let me learn what they're doing, and then I can come out with a brand of Jordan-esque shoes specifically for horses. I think it's a fucking genius plan.
You just blew my mind, bro. Listen, I
want
to go out. I want to go buy a horse right now. Just so I can put some days on.
Exactly. Imagine horse basketball. Get out of here.
I actually would buy a pair just so that Devin would sign them. So
you buy a pair of horses?
No.
We're talking about
a pair of horseshoes.
We're talking about shoes for horses.
We're talking about shoes.
Sorry. I thought if they come out with a Camel brand of shoes, I'm there. I'm in. Absolutely.
Well, you're next, bro. You're next. Jay, Michael, I know you're watching this podcast. So if you hear about this, Sammer could be an incredible ambassador for the Camel brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Camel J's Retro 1.
Oh, wow.
Forget it.
So I want to remind everybody to follow me, JayBuc525 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. TikTok, JayBuc525, aka Jay Boogie. Sammer Stank. Remind everybody where they can find you.
Find us on Twitter, man, at the Samurai Ali, and my boy Stank is at Stank Bastard, and our brother Poppy Latte, who could not be here tonight, is at Poppy Latte. That's right, Poppy Latte.
I like how I don't even have to say my at because Samer he does.
I got you, bro. I got you. And of course, hit those subscribe and notification buttons on our YouTube channel, where you will find all of our content, including our crazy live draft show tomorrow. That's youtube.com/Loose Cannons Podcast. Join us if you can. We'll be on the entire first round. Round. With special guests. And go ahead, Sting. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you like free things? Do you like free Bucks related things? Do you like free Bucks related things with, autographs? Have you seen Samer's incredible Deuces t-shirt?
Whoa, back up. Yeah, come on. So let's have this conversation real quick. And I know my time limited. I'm real quick because I got a few more things I want to get into. Samer, where's my shirt?
Oh man, listen, I gotta get you your shirt,
and I need the fat boy size. Hey Sam, I'm fat.
Okay.
I need a 3. I need that.
I think that may have been what held it up, but I'll get you one. I got you.
Does anybody else want one? My point is, does anybody else want? Because we were giving away lots of free shit. So much.
We're gonna have Jake hang out with us for a majority of the show on Thursday night.
Who?
And Jake Arians, just
Are you talking about the coach's son?
Shouts out to Jake Arians.
Oh, okay.
Jake Arians hanging out with us.
You mean the coach's son is going to be on our show during the draft as his father is drafting players out of college?
Yeah, might have a little step up. Who knows? But
man, I want to see that.
We're using the platform to try to hit a goal of $1,000 donated and raised for the Arians Family Foundation tomorrow night. So at the end of it all, the top 3 donors through that night, Jake Arians is going to send out some badass Arians Family Foundation swag that they have made. And what I'm hearing, the rumor, what he's telling me is he's got a few things that are signed by BA himself that will go to those people as well. Should be pretty damn dope. And of course, we will have Deuces shirts that we'll give out to the top 3, maybe top 5 donors for the night. If we can hit that 1,000 goal, man, that would be really, really awesome. If you guys don't know what the Arians Family Foundation does, go check them out, ariansfamilyfoundation.com. They make huge differences and they change lives over there, children's lives, which matters more than, I'm not trying to take away from other people, but that's a big deal. And like JPP says, it's for the kids.
And Wu-Tang says that for the children.
They say that too. Yeah.
Wu-Tang for children.
Trick Daddy always says, Trick love the kids. Sam love the kids.
Yeah.
We all love the kids, man.
Well, I know this. I'm there tomorrow. So, hey, the
come through, man. Turn your camera on.
I want to get live with the Loose Cannon podcast. So I'm there tomorrow.
Listen, I'm excited to introduce you to those who don't know about you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a long show. Me and Latte were talking about it earlier. What we were talking about is every hour I need a new plate of meat served to me, like a new plate of wings, some ribs, some of Samer's meat cookies, some lamb chops. This every hour I just want to be stuffing my face with just some new delicious meat.
Listen, Jay, you got to be ready, man. Our show gets kind of weird and funky.
It's all about an
hour, but this is going to go on for hours on end. So at some point, we will be using baby oil. There will be shirtless men. You will get to meet the grizzly hamburger meat that we got on Latte's chest. It's gonna get wild.
Listen,
we partied on a golf course. All right. You telling me I'm in a private fucking studio with my camera and I'm not gonna get lit? You're crazy.
Oh wow.
And everybody said our hole was the best.
The best hole.
You said everybody said y'all what was the best?
Our hole.
Our hole was the best hole.
Our hole's the best.
People came twice.
Yeah.
People came twice.
Exactly. Right. Several people came twice. That's how much they loved our hole.
Twice. That's how much they loved our hole. They said it was the smoothest, most pleasurable hole they'd ever been in.
Wow.
Yeah. That's hands down.
Hey, so fellas, hey, I know I'm getting close to my time. So I got a few more things that we got to talk about. So the first thing, y'all already beat me to the punch. Y'all I was gonna ask you all about the Arians Foundation, and you all did that. Again, shouts out to Bruce Arians Foundation. Shouts out to Jake Arians. Dope. I enjoy him on you all show. So kudos to you for that. But talk more about the Loose Cannons podcast, how it came about. Like, y'all hot. Like,
just three weird dudes that just found each other through the internet.
Wow.
So listen, I was searching one night on Chatterbait, and what really happened, man? Listen, we're three guys. We somehow crossed paths multiple times. What's crazy is Stank one time asked me to start a podcast with him years ago, and I was like, I don't know anything about podcasts. Who's this weirdo? And I didn't really know him that well, so I was like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, whatever, man. And then he's got the weird, profile picture on Twitter. I was like, I don't know this guy. So anyway, we eventually we meet in person. We find that we have the same passion. We love the Bucs, and we started having these conversations. And we're like, you know what, man? Let's take this. Let's put this on a camera and get behind a microphone and see what happens. And what you see when we're on the show is we just hang out.
Yeah, we found out that we're all weirdos, and we respect each other's weird. Like I have a, but I haven't recorded one in a while. A really weird podcast called Bucking Idiots. We just found each other, man. The universe has given us new family, man. And I love my brother Sammer. I love my brother Poppy Latte.
Poppy.
I just couldn't be happier, man. And because I think people feel our love and passion, we are addicts, all of us. I'm sure you're changing your name to JayBuc legally, so clearly you're addicts as well.
Not yet, almost.
At some point, we're addicts for this football team. I have been. I'm old, by the way. I've been a fan of this team, since the early 80s, and a fanatic, and it just followed them ever since. And so. That's why we share a passion, and those who watch your show, I'm sure, feel the same way. They share a passion for this team, whether you're a new fan or an old fan. You just can't get enough of it.
That's what's up. Now, one of the things I'm gonna be honest. I came across the Loose Cannons podcast quite a bit. Was always a fan, but things really got popping for me, or my love for the show intensified when the whole viral thing started to circulate about the billboard in New Orleans. Now, I got a few things that I need to uncover on the 525 plan. So the first thing, who came up with that brilliant fucking idea? Who was the mastermind behind that shit?
Sam,
hold on. And I want to mention that yes, I was jealous as fuck that I did not think of that idea. So I want to make that clear. Who was the mastermind behind this shit?
All right. So we had a show leading up. I believe it was before that game.
Before the Saints game.
Where Stank on air on a live show mentioned that we should put up a billboard after we beat the Saints. And
so this was even before we even played the Saints.
This
correct. So what's crazy is
everybody was like, we don't want the Saints. Oh my God, we're scared.
Wait, hold on. No, but Stank didn't want the Saints after the second loss. And I finally brought him and Poppy onto my side of we want the Saints, guys. We want the Philadelphia Eagles moment again. So I finally got them on my side, and they were so far entrenched in wanting them again. Stank said, we need to put up a billboard after we beat these stupid fucking Saints. And we beat them, and I decided I'm going to post that up on Twitter, start a GoFundMe, because everybody wanted to be part of this. And it exploded after that, mostly because I think we put up the mock-up of what we were going to put up with Tom Brady shrugging his shoulders. Yes. And it said, we dat. And it was brought to you by all Bucs fans nationwide, like throughout the entire world. Like it was crazy. And then it just went insane.
JayBuc,
we were everywhere.
Listen, I may have come up with the idea, but without Sammer's artwork with the mock-up, it never would have gotten even close to as big as it did. Got so big that all the stations in New Orleans were tweeting about it or had news stories about it. National news media was hitting us up. We did a bunch of national interviews. It got crazy. It got so much run. We never expected. It was the funniest thing I've ever.
Bruce Arians and people in that building at one bar,
they all
knew
know
about the billboard.
Oh yeah, they do. They all know
wanted us to pull it off. Yep.
Wow. So, I'm gonna play this video of this of Matt Bourne, and we go dissect this a little bit. I got something or whatever. So let me play this video real quick, and we gonna come back and we finna dissect this video. I got something for y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned.
Fuck around and find out.
Hey folks, Matt Bowers here. Announcement, emergency press conference, whatever you want to call it. Both are fair. In response to the group with the GoFundMe page from Tampa. Yes, I've heard about it. I've gotten the tweets. I've gotten your tags on Facebook, text messages. Hey, Matt, have you heard about this? Where are we going with this? So I have a couple of points to make about that. First point, if there's an outdoor media company dumb enough to sell these fools a billboard for this purpose, their names will be known. They will never be forgotten or done business with ever again. But could it happen? It might. People make bad decisions, especially around money. So is it a possibility? I guess it is. If that happens, what are we going to do? You know, if they put Tom Brady's likeness on, you know, the I-10 in Metro New Orleans, making fun of Who Dat Nation and the citizens of New Orleans, it's been suggested, hey, just let it go. Should laugh it off. We should take the high road. My response to that, hell no. Nothing like that. What we will do is we will respond directly, right? We will respond aggressively and in a way that will be memorable, very memorable. So lots of cliches come to mind right now. Certainly one of those is, you know, fuck around and find out. So who dat? Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope to see you soon. Let's see how this plays out. We'll sit and wait.
Guy's a fucking joke.
Okay, so hey, yo, let's
Dollar General looking fucking Chuck Norris having ass.
It looked like the little fish from the Little Mermaid. Yeah, with the big little blowfish.
He couldn't even take a lint roller to his fucking coat. I got one right here.
What I found out was that dude's actually a vampire. He's at least 1,000 years old, and he's the head of a vampire clan there in New Orleans. It's a true story.
Yeah, it gets very weird. Yeah, it's very weird.
Okay. So let's build upon that, because I mean, what really stood out to me is when he said, "I'm going to act aggressively." Mm-hmm. And then ending it with fuck around and find out. So the three of us are going to explore what the fuck what possibly he would have done, I guess, for us to find out. So here is the first one. He was going to invade New Orleans or invade the billboard, similar to how MAGA did the White House. What y'all thoughts?
I mean, he could try. It was going to be
try to tear it down.
Can't.
Yeah, okay. I would love to see that. Listen, the more they fought it, the more the story would have grown. That's the funny thing about this. For those who don't know, it didn't end up happening. The billboard companies in New Orleans, none of them wanted to take it. We had one that was literally the day before was about to release it and backed out at the last second. So the guy has influence. That's fine. But
no, that's not why they did it. Don't give him
I don't know if he had anything to do with it.
No, he had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it. They just knew that it would be bad for business on their side of things. Mm-hmm. And what stood out to me was these idiots in New Orleans were like, "Oh, we're going to burn it down. We're going to burn it down. We're going to destroy it." But you're destroying property that is owned by another New Orleans. Like what? It's like saying it doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, fine. And you know what? That company has to pay for it to be put back up again. And we don't. They thought if it got burnt down that we would have to pay again to put it up, which is not the case, which blew my mind even more. And then this guy comes out with "fuck around and find out." That's not even a thing from New Orleans. I heard that in Philadelphia. The fuck is he even talking about? That's why the vampire story makes way more sense because he's been everywhere. he got his cliches confused with which region he was living in for this decade.
Wow. Okay, so here's the second option. He was going to part the Red Sea like Jesus. What y'all?
I'm Arab. You're not parting no fucking Dead Sea, bro. Next.
Okay,
camel, bitch.
I got another one for you. So you know how when you know like Sam and Snake, I'm from Pond River. You know, that's one of the very, I don't like to use stereotype, but I'm from Pond River, so
urban.
Thank you, urban. So
still stereotype.
We like, you know, so you know, like after sometimes after, you know, the club let out or whatever, you know, things can get, you know, whatever, a little hasty. So maybe he probably would have did like after the after hour club fight. What y'all thought? No. Okay.
Listen, we invited all of the BVO, all the New Orleans fans to come hang out with us.
Right.
You know, to come celebrate with us around the billboard. We had a lot of plans made, and we're not afraid. We will show our faces in that city. I'm not afraid.
We're going.
Yeah, not whatsoever.
We are going. And that man owns car dealerships, albeit, you know, not the fanciest cars, but they're cars. You know, we ain't no credit check needed, that kind of place. So, we finance in house. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, he had something to lose. He wasn't gonna get into some fisticuffs with anybody. It wasn't gonna happen.
Okay, last one. So if those three wasn't an option, maybe he was gonna lead a tiki, the tiki march. Y'all remember that tiki march? With the torches. Maybe he was gonna do that. Like, what's your thoughts?
It's possible.
No matter what he did, he was only going to make us stronger. The more he talked about it, the more they talked about it, the more they tweeted about it, the more they complained about it, the more the story spread. And we did what we intended to do. The billboard exists in their minds. They talk about living rent free. The billboard is in their minds rent free. Their kids know about it. Their grandmas know about it. It was on their news stations in the morning when they were drinking coffee. What? A billboard that says "We That." From now on, they know that anytime you hear the word "We That," they're going to think of us retiring Drew Brees' old ass in the Super Bowl, and then us going on to win a historical Super Bowl in Tampa, in our hometown. So they can, it doesn't matter what they do at this point. They can put their own billboards up. If they beat us twice this year, which won't happen, they can put billboards up. It still won't have the
but here's the thing. If they beat us twice this year, we're guaranteed to win the Super Bowl because we 0-4 against them during both of our Super Bowl runs. So I don't mind. I mean, if us losing to them twice during the year is going to result in number 3 for us, hey, I'm all for it.
Listen, I've been saying it all offseason. I just want to know how often the New Orleans Saints team and the fans, how often they shine those NFC South championship trophies. Just let me know. I just want to be there one day.
Wow.
When's the ring ceremony? When's the NFC South championship ring ceremony?
When do they hang those? When do they hang the banner up for the NFC South championship?
Oh, but they still the kings of the South, though.
Yeah, the kings of the South. It don't fucking matter when you don't win when it matters. The last pass Drew Brees ever threw was a fucking interception. Don't forget.
Right. To who? Get Live 45. But
no. His last interception was
Mike Edwards,
toe tap with the J cleats, yes, baby. Sir. The J cleats with the toe tap.
Yes, sir. But in addition, last two things. In addition to, I think that being an unbelievable idea, and me being amazed at the national attention that it got, like two things. One, it led to something beautiful. Like it led to something, to a great cause, where it's my understanding. I was told, Sammer told me that you, Sammer and Poppy, y'all both came up with $750 a piece, and that totaled out to $5,000, and y'all donated that to the Bruce Arians Foundation.
No, $750 total because
$750. I'm sorry.
The fans had already donated like $4,200.
Gotcha.
For the billboard, and like I said, it turned out perfect. They still know about the billboard. It's like it was up, and we got to take that money and give it to the kids.
Right.
Well, nobody in New Orleans got the money. It was a beautiful thing.
And also, my last thing, and I think that the New I call them Doo-Doo That Nation or Boo Orlean Blank fans, and I think they had more attention. Or they was more. You called them what? What you call them, Sammer?
Idiots.
But they had more energy directed towards this billboard than they did of them actually losing the playoff game, and that being their quarterback's last game of his career.
Yep.
You know, so make it make sense, Boo Orlean Blanks.
Well, man, it's like that kid, you know, that he's getting in trouble. You know, you got to yell at him a couple of times, and you yell at him good, and you send both kids to the room, and what happens inevitably is that he blames the other child. So he can forget about what he did wrong. They got him in trouble. He blames the other child. So they were just making sure that they couldn't focus on what had just happened because it's happened so many times. They're like, we got to find something else to pick on. We got to take our feelings out on something else. And then we provided them an outlet, and it actually made them look even dumber.
Dumber, right? Exactly, so in that order.
It worked. It worked out in. We couldn't have written it better, man. It was awesome.
We couldn't have.
Oh my God. Hey, thank you, Sammer, Stank. Thank you. Thank you
the fans who donated, man.
With me. Yep. Thank you to the fans that donated. Yep. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the Loose Cannon podcast, man. I'm a fan. I can't wait to chop it up with you all tomorrow. Definitely. I'm looking forward to it. For the last time, one more time, please let everybody know how they can find you.
I've said it twice. Go ahead, Stank.
Listen, all you Facebook weirdos, come over to Twitter. It's a much better place there.
I agree.
We have.
No, hold on. Don't invite them over there. No. Don't invite them over there.
Starting to do too much.
No, we're at the cool kids table in the cafeteria right now. Don't invite all those fucking weirdos to the table too. All right. Then all the tables are weird. I don't want it. I like the people who are on Twitter right now.
But Sammer, Facebook doing too fucking much. Like with all,
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see those trade scenarios where we're trading Tom Brady and Mike Evans for a fucking defensive end. Like, get that shit. That's for Facebook. I don't want to see those guys that I see.
About that is you won't see it on Twitter because
you will because you just invited them,
and it'll just won't exist.
No, you just invited those people. Way to go.
I'm trying to get more into Twitter and Instagram. Like I'm over this Facebook shit. Like real talk. Like, I mean, now you can't even say stupid, but I mean, I done did about 2 30-day bans. I'm over the fuckery at this point.
Just come over to Twitter. You'll see my weird little, which is actually a picture of me when I was about 12 years old with my mullet and my Vinny Testaverde shirt on. Just come find me at Stank Bastard. You can find Sammer at the Sammer Ali. All right. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of fake fraud ass Sammer Ali's out there. This is the one that matters. The Sammer Ali. And then at Poppy Latte. Listen to those names.
Poppy.
Just follow for the names alone.
I agree.
So Sam,
you'll get to see all our beautiful meats. We post photos of our meats
constantly
on Twitter. Constantly. All of the meats.
And Sam, unless you like ranch, then don't fucking follow me.
Yeah,
and Sam, we got to get you on the information how you can legally add the to your name. So we go work on that too.
I'm a little bit on the fence. I don't know if I should add the or just lose the last name and just Sammer, like Seal. I mean, I don't know any other Sammers. No one I know knows any other Sammers. So I feel like it's inevitable that should just be my name. I should just go by one name like Usher, Prince. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm a pretty humble guy. So yeah, I think that might be the route.
He's actually the best at being humble.
Oh, wow.
I have been heard saying that.
Wow. But fellas, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight, rocking with me. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I hope I got to get y'all back on the show soon, man. We're
going to reciprocate and get you on the show so you can come chop it up with the Loose Cannons.
Yes, sir.
this year will be less weird. We'll be able to actually, we're gonna throw a lot of events. We'll be able to come and mingle with people at the games and see people and hug people and kiss babies in real life. That's my favorite part. Hanging out with people at training camp, doing things at the stadium, doing watch parties and events and draft parties, man. Just
clapping unnecessarily loud.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of those things.
Right. That's what's up. So, fellas, I'm going to see you all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again. Y'all check out the
Jay.
Loose Cannons podcast. Man, lit. Thank y'all, fellas. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Go Bucks.
Peace out. Go Bucks.
Oh, wow. Shots out the Loose Cannon podcast. Again, I want to remind everybody to follow the NexGen page. That's NSPN NexGen Sports on Facebook. Follow me. Facebook, JayBuc525. Twitter, JayBuc525. Instagram, JayBuc525. TikTok, JayBuc525. And we all know what time it is. It is time for this week's edition of He Needs Some Milk. Hey, Tampa Bay, them Bucks know how to shine. When I say it's a Bucks life, fire them cannons, hoist the flags, Pirates life, that's exactly what I mean. It's scripture, church, hallelujah. It's like none other. The best fan base across the globe. BUCCANEERS. Go Bucks. But this week's edition of He Needs Some Milk is presented to the fan base of the two-time defending Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I'd be a fool if I attempt to impede on our styling and profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, willing and dealing, because we are them sons of guns, two-time Super Bowl champs. Woo! Made NFL history in our city, the city of Tampa. Woo! But we look like some whole hoes out here in these streets arguing with peasants of the NFC South in these Facebook groups, in particular, them Orleans Blank fans, also known as Doodoo That Nation, and them things with the god-awful uniforms, them ATL Falcons, as they would say, without their vowels being brought, also known as the Atlanta Falcons. If you think I'm lying about how them ATL residents say Falcons, listen to Buster Fool say it and tell me if I'm lying. Buck Nations, you are kings and Lord of Lords in the NFC South. King of the NFL, King of the NFC South, King of Wakanda, King of Zamunda, King Jaffe Joffa, Prince Hakeem T'Challa, Rubat Berthan, King Arthur, Aragorn, King Bob in the Minions, Zeus, Mufasa, Simba, Little Mermaid Pappy, Martin Luther the King Jr., King Kong, and the list goes on. But we finding ways to engage in too much conversation with the trolls of the NFC South. Why argue with peasants? We're kings sitting at the throne choosing to give energy to individuals that is actually jumping outside on a pissy mattress on the side of the dumpster in the projects. Peasantry. Disgusting. I done told y'all them Boo Orleans Blank fans hear and see things that are not there. I done told y'all them Falcons are delusional and hallucinate quite often. I done told y'all them Ain't fans see dead people. I done told y'all them Falcons suffer from trauma. Better yet, PTSD. Pathetic, treacherous scam disorder. So to my Buccaneer fanatics, when you're champions, we speak like champions, deal with peasants as champions, and we tell them count to 3 using their hands starting with their thumbs. We meme the hell out of them stating the facts and constantly reminding them of how they failed miserably due to that nation over the course of their 53 years of existence and them failed cons 55 years of existence. Them Bucks retired Drew Brees, his mole, and his COVID-19 arm as he failed to win number 2, despite all the passing records. The Falcons blew 2 chances to win the Lombardi, with one of their losses going down as the most lopsided loss in NFL history, with their 28-3 blown lead having asses, ATL shoddy. And it's hilarious when Ain't fans and Falcon fans unite. Be bragging about how they the rivals in the NFC South as if Buck fans give a damn. I'll die and shake Satan's hand before I ever care to be a rival with peasants. I'll do the Cardi B Up challenge in front of millions before wanting to be associated in the same breath as the lead blowing extraordinaires. I'll get a Johnson & Johnson COVID shot in my eye before I ever claim the Bucks are rivals to them Saints. I'll eat off the floor of Raymond James 2.0, aka Mercedes-Benz Stadium, while Samuel L. Jackson crazy ass screaming wise up before exploring the thoughts of the Bucks being rivals to them Falcons. I roll all through them urinated infested Bourbon Street and watch paint dry before I give any brain cells to the idea of being rivals with the Saints. I'll pay Roger Goodell $283 or the same amount of money the Saints players made during Bounty Gate before I want to be a rival to them Falcons or them blank fans. And it's funny hearing Saints fans say that our second ring was a COVID-19 ring, because here's the facts. It's only a COVID ring when y'all wasn't capable of winning it, similar to the NFL being rigged and only when it involves the Saints. Everybody out to get the Saints or hate the Saints. Sound like y'all mastered the role of playing the victim. Go figure. Due to that nation. So to sum this up for the fans of the team with multiple Super Bowl rings in the division that we own, let's keep a child in a child's place and refuse to entertain the likes of failing teams and their failed accomplishments. Better yet, let's do this. Let's go in every NFC South Facebook group as well as your own personal page, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and let's remind them of who won Super Bowl 55 and where we won Super Bowl 55. Piss them off. Make them mad. Let's keep our foot on their legs, literally. And then Panther fans, you on the clock. So to the best fans in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I say again, hoist them flags, fire them cannons. It's a pirate's life. As we prepare for our quest for number 3, let's ride the wave, holding our middle fingers up to them Saints and Falcon fans listening to Thug Motivation 101 while riding down Ybor City or while on our boats in Riverwalk while drinking avocado shots. But in the meantime, Buccaneer fanatics, we, Buck Nation, 2-time Super Bowl winning champions, need some milk.
Doing the people. Oh! Somebody, he needs some milk.
I want to remind everybody to follow me, JayBuc525, Facebook, JayBuc525, Instagram, JayBuc525, Twitter, JayBuc525, aka J Boogie, TikTok. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to the 525 plan. I want to give a special thank you to my special guest, Loose Cannon Podcast, Summer Ali and Stank Bastard. Y'all, I told y'all, I'm bringing it. It's only go get better. Shots out the NexGen, shots out to Blake Anthony, shots out to Eric Wright, the whole Alex Fleming, and I'm bringing Alex back, y'all. The whole NexGen family, dog. I absolutely love, NexGen. Grateful for this opportunity, but y'all, it's only go get better. So enjoy y'all night. Y'all have a good rest of your night. I love everybody, my fellow clinician. It's your boy JayBuc. Salute. Go Bucks.